Before thunder learned its voice and before fire crowned the sky, there existed a power that breathed beneath the world. Veles was born not of light, but of soil, shadow, and memory. He ruled where roots twist and bones rest, where secrets sink and time slows. To the ancient Slavs, he was not distant or abstract. He was close, felt in damp earth, in the silence after rain, in the quiet patience of decay. Veles understood that every ending is also preparation for a beginning. Veles never belonged to one shape. He appeared as a horned beast among cattle, a wandering old man on forgotten roads, or a vast serpent beneath the world. Each form revealed a different truth. Change was his nature, transformation his law. Through him, people learned that survival belongs not to rigidity, but to adaptation. To witness Veles was to accept instability as the natural state of existence. The world tree bound all realms together. Its crown belonged to Perun, Lord of Thunder and Order. Its roots belonged to Veles. Between them stretched an eternal tension. Order pressed downward, chaos rose upward. This conflict was not destruction but balance. Without roots, the tree would fall. Without branches, it would never touch the sky. Wealth once meant cattle, grain, and fertile land. These belonged to Veles. He guarded herds and rewarded respect for balance. Merchants prayed to him before journeys. Farmers honored him after harvest. When angered, he did not strike suddenly. He allowed prosperity to decay slowly, teaching patience through loss and humility through endurance. Veles ruled magic born of words, names, and song. He taught that speech shapes reality and that stories preserve truth. Bards and sorcerers felt his presence when verses flowed without effort. Through chants and incantations, humans touched the unseen. Under Veles, language itself became sacred. Veles once stole Perun's cattle, hiding them in marshes and lowlands beyond the reach of lightning. This act was not greed, but necessity. Wealth must move between realms. Perun's fury shook the sky, lightning tearing mountains apart. Veles fled through rivers and shadows, and storms became the first myths written across the heavens. As a serpent, Veles guarded the realm of the dead. Coiled beneath burial mounds and rivers, he watched souls pass into memory. Death under Veles was not punishment, but transition. Ancestors rested in his domain, whispering guidance through dreams. Fear softened into understanding. Veles walked among mortals as beggar, shepherd, or traveler. He listened more than he commanded. He rewarded patience, cleverness, and humility. Those who sought shortcuts failed. Those who learned balance prospered quietly, without spectacle or praise. All oaths spoken upon soil belonged to Veles. Earth remembered every promise and every betrayal. Breaking such an oath did not summon lightning, but decay. Trust dissolved, fortunes faded, names were forgotten. His justice was slow, silent, and inevitable. Every storm retold the ancient pursuit between sky and earth. When clouds gathered and thunder rolled, the people knew the drama had begun again. Perun's lightning tore across the heavens, searching for the hidden god who dared challenge order. Each bolt marked the path of Veles, who moved through rivers, forests, and shadowed valleys, never remaining where fire could strike twice. Mountains bore scars from this eternal conflict. Trees split, stones cracked, and rivers changed their course. Yet destruction was never meaningless. Through storms, the world was renewed, cleansed, and reminded that balance demands struggle. The people did not fear thunder blindly. They listened to it, learning the language of the gods written in rain and fire. Winter was the season when Veles ruled without contest. The thunder fell silent. The sky grew distant, and life withdrew beneath the surface of the earth. Fields slept beneath snow, animals were drawn close to hearth and shelter, and time itself seemed to slow its mark. During long nights, humans turned inward. Stories grew longer, memories deeper. Ancestors felt near. Veles walked freely in this stillness, reminding humanity that decay is not failure, but preparation. What rests now will return, transformed. Spring did not arrive by chance or mercy. It arrived as repayment of a debt. When Veles loosened his hold, snow melted and soil breathed again. Water flowed freely, seeds stirred, and herds returned to open land. Rebirth carried traces of the underworld. Every green shoot remembered darkness. Every living thing owed its renewal to the god who governed endings. Thus, even joy carried the mark of Veles. When new beliefs swept across the lands, Veles did not resist. Resistance belonged to gods who feared loss. Veles understood transformation. His name faded from temples, but his essence survived in ritual, habit, and fear. Saints inherited his guardianship of cattle and wealth. Folk tales preserved his cunning and ambiguity. Through adaptation, Veles achieved what rigid gods could not: continuity beyond worship. Forests remained untouched by new orders. There, paths twisted and rules dissolved. Travelers felt guided or misled. Hunters sensed unseen judgment, and the boundary between worlds thinned. In these shadowed spaces, Veles endured openly. The forests remembered his footsteps. Old paths waited patiently for those who still knew how to listen. Music was Veles's bridge between grief and acceptance. Laments honored the dead. Lullabies prepared the living. Every melody carried memory. Through sound, humans learned to endure loss. Music was Veles's bridge between grief and acceptance. Laments honored the dead. Lullabies prepared the living. Every melody carried memory. Through sound, humans learned to endure loss. Lost objects, forgotten names, vanished eras, all belonged to Veles. Nothing vanished completely beneath his gaze. What slipped from human hands did not dissolve into nothingness, but descended into his keeping. There, loss was not chaos, but order of another kind. Memories sank into the soil like seeds. Broken tools, abandoned places, forgotten words, all waited patiently. Loss became preservation beneath Veles's watch, proof that disappearance is only a change of state, never an end. People feared Veles because he revealed impermanence without mercy. Kings fell, borders shifted, gods themselves changed or faded. He stripped away the comforting illusion of stability and showed the world as it truly was: moving, unstable, temporary. Truth unsettled those who clung to permanence. Yet for those who accepted it, truth became liberation. To understand impermanence was to be free from false promises and empty certainty. Yet people also thanked Veles, for he was guardian of memory. Stories survived wars, names endured beyond graves, and identities outlived bodies. Memory resisted time's hunger. Through remembrance, humans defied oblivion. Each remembered name weakened death's silence. Veles guarded this fragile victory, ensuring that what mattered was never entirely erased. Veles never sought domination. He sought motion, exchange, and equilibrium between extremes. Where order hardened into tyranny, he loosened it. Where chaos threatened to devour all, he restrained it. Balance was his highest law. Without Veles, order would suffocate the world, and chaos would consume it. Between these forces, he held the line. In the underworld, Veles ruled without crown or throne. His authority did not rely on fear or spectacle, but on understanding of necessity. The dead did not resist his rule. They recognized it. His realm obeyed because it must, not because it was forced. Such power required no symbols. When ages collapse and names lose meaning, Veles remains. Coiled beneath existence itself, the serpent listens as worlds fade and are forgotten. His stillness is not weakness, but certainty. Eternity, for Veles, is function rather than form. As long as loss exists, so does he. As long as something falls away, it falls into his coil. Stories became his temples when stone could no longer hold belief. Every retelling was an act of remembrance, every myth a quiet prayer. Through folklore, song, and whispered tales, Veles endured. Memory itself became sacred ground, and storytelling became devotion without altar. Empires fell like broken branches in violent storms. Thrones cracked, skies changed, banners burned. Yet roots endured beneath the surface. Untouched by spectacle, Veles belonged to the roots. Beneath every ruin, he waited patiently. What is buried is not destroyed. It is preserved, gathering strength in silence. He was wealth and loss, death and rebirth, magic and memory. Not ruler above, but foundation below. He did not command the world. He sustained it. In soil, in story, in silence, Veles endures. As long as humanity remembers what it loses, his presence remains unbroken. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share your impressions of the video.